Hello, y'all. I'm back. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I've had a crazy day today. As you see, I am not at the location that you just seen before, as well as the location that you usually see me in. So we just got done with a tour. That's why I'm late, right? Thank you so much for hanging with me. I've been running around trying to get everything ready for you all. I'm going to pull up my notes here. So as you all are coming on, go ahead and let me know if you're new to the group. I saw some people that were new that posted in the last live that I made. Thank you so much. And that was Miss Tammy. Hi, Miss Tammy. Welcome to the group. Let me know how long that you've been natural. And I'm going to pull up my notes here and we're going to get started with these conversations live. So the reason that I am doing these conversations live because one, I wanted to be able to find a time to go live in this group to be able to help as many natural hair people as I can. So when I say natural hair, I feel the need to specify what I consider as natural hair. All right. So natural hair to me is curly, kinky, non-relaxed with a chemical relaxed hair, right? So kinky and curly, and the specific type of natural hair that I usually deal with as a natural hair specialist, this may be backwards, I'm sorry, is from African Americans, right? So 99% of my clients are African American, the other percent are mixed, right? Like who's not mixed, right? So today on Natural Hair Conversations, thank you so much for coming in. So we're going to be talking over a couple things. First, I would like to say that if you have any questions about your hair, any of the things that we're going to be going over today, if you happen to have any questions, go ahead and write them down. I want to try something different that I did last time. If you happen to get a question about your hair at any time, don't write it down, comment it down below. That way, when we get to the Q&A section at the end, I'll just scroll all the way to the top and I'll just answer, I'll just go over the questions, one by one. And I'll just go over as many questions as I can for the time that we have today. So we have a hot hour today, you guys. So we have a lot to discuss. So if you have any questions about your hair, if you think of some questions while we're doing these conversations live, go ahead and comment below. So the reasons for these conversations live are to have conversations. So let's talk. Let's get to know each other and be able to learn more about having the healthiest natural hair possible. So thank you all for watching. All right, so today on Natural Hair Conversations Live, learn how steam treatments are the GOAT. So first of all, I just learned what the GOAT is. I didn't know anything about the GOAT. My husband said what the GOAT was. I heard this song talking about the GOAT. Who knows what the GOAT is? Who knows what the GOAT is? Say yes or no. What is a GOAT? Tell me down below, what is a GOAT, right? All right, so we're also talking about who loves them some natural hair events. Who likes natural hair events? I have been to a lot of natural hair events and I really enjoy them, right? We're also talking about what you would like to get away, or would you like to get away to just kind of spend time with other natural women that can relate to you? Like, is that something that you would be interested in, to just have a getaway time, right? And also, did you miss the opportunity to improve the health of your hair in 5 days? Like, did you miss that? We're going to be talking about that today. But see what you can do still, even if you did miss that opportunity, see what you can do because it's not too late. I'm going to be talking about that today. And if you do have any questions about styling or growing your natural hair healthy and long, stay till the end and we're going to go over all of the questions that you have. So I did mention that any questions that you have, go ahead and comment them below. And then when we get to the Q&A section, I'll go in depth for the time that we have, and we're going to get your natural hair questions answered. So the reason why you should stay until the end and you should actually watch this entire broadcast is because I am a natural hair specialist, and I've actually been doing this for 20 years, right? It sounds so crazy to say. I've been doing natural hair. I've been doing other natural hair people. I've been touching on other people's hair, natural hair, for 20 years, right? Licensed, it's been 11 years. I feel like this, maybe even this, probably the next week, it'll be 11 years for me licensed, meaning, I went to school for this, right? And I only do natural hair. So that is my specialty. That's my field, right? So first, let's get into the conversations. So the conversations that we're going to be going over, what's your style? So we do style polls in our group, and we do them pretty frequently, and it's just going over which one would you do. So I love doing these style polls just because, first of all, you get to learn about the different ways that you can style your natural hair in the comfort of your own home, or to be able to say, let me take this with a stylist. Let me take this to a stylist that I trust, because, we all have to trust the stylist. We can't just be going to stylists that we don't trust, because in the natural hair community, you don't do that. That's not what you do, right? So I'm going to be giving you a really hot tip at the end of this broadcast. And I actually may say it a little bit earlier. It may not be all the way to the end, but I'm going to be giving you a hot tip. So that's another incentive to stay until the end of the broadcast. So as you're coming in, if you have any questions about your hair, go ahead and comment them down below. And at the end of our when we're at our Q&A section, I'll go over and answer the questions that you have. So the best way to be able to get an answer, the specific answer for you, because the answer that I give you is going to be different from myself. I wouldn't give everybody the same recommendation. It's always personalized, right? So the best way to do this is to stay until the end. That way, if I have a question that I need to pull some more information from you, I'm able to ask you that question and be able to really let you know what you specifically need to do for your specific type of hair, lifestyle, where you live, the style that you like to wear your hair in. Like it's at least 10 things that will depend on what you should do, of what I would recommend you to do. All right. So go ahead and drop your questions down below and we will get to them. So style poll. All right. So in the group, there was a celebrity style poll showdown. Drum roll. So we had Miss Zazie Beetz and her carefree curls. Who remembers this, right? Who remembers this in the group? Versus Miss Natalie Emanuel with her defined twist out. All right. So both of those are wonderful ladies. I'm actually into Marvel, I can say the comic book because it refers to the comic books. I have never read any comic books, but I love their movies and their shows. Is anybody else interested in that? Like, is that something that you guys like, right? So I know Miss Zazie Beetz, and I believe that's the right one. She was just in the Deadpool movie, as well as some other things, definitely. So guess who won? If you're in the group and you voted, you already know. So if you're in the group and you voted for that, let me know who you voted for if you remember. So there were 2 votes for Miss Natalie, and there was none for Miss Zazie. I think I forgot to vote on that one. I think I would have did Zazie. I like when women are comfortable in their natural hair and just, here's the thing. You can't care what somebody's going to say about your natural hair because somebody's always going to have something to say. So first of all, confidence comes from within and should never be determined by how somebody else feels, right? So if somebody makes you feel some type of way about your natural hair, that it makes you feel some type of way, think about how that makes you feel. And then turn that around into, they're always going to have something to say. Because, honey, they're always going to have something to say, right? So Miss Zazzy didn't win that one, but Miss Natalie did. And if you missed it or you don't know what styles I'm talking about, definitely when we're done with this broadcast, go back and scroll in the group and see what we're talking about. And then make sure that you participate in future style polls that we have. The next style poll was for holiday parties, because these conversations live, we're talking about everything from the previous month of what's been going on in the group. I thought it would be something really cool to do. And so far, I've been really excited about doing them. So I am so excited. So the holiday parties, which updo would you choose for evenings with your coworkers? So we had the chic flat twist, like it was a really cute chic flat twist style. And then we had trendy cornrows, right? So guess which one won? Let's see. So Miss Tammy, she says she's only worn a wash and go. And that's why I'm so glad that you're here. You can kind of learn different ways that you can style your hair, as well as how to keep your hair healthy. Because it's not just about styling your hair. It's about making sure that you're keeping your hair healthy and you're find a goal to work towards. So that's really great. And don't forget, you guys, any questions that you have about your natural hair, go ahead and comment them down below. And then when we get to our Q&A section, I'll go over and make sure that we can get that personalized answer just for you. All right. So the chic flat twist won 6-1. Oh man, trendy cornrows. I guess for the holiday parties, trendy cornrows aren't really something that a lot of women want to do. And that's okay, right? That's okay. There's another style poll that we had in the group. If you got some pictures, would you, not pitched, if you had got some locks done, if you were interested in getting locks, right? Would you keep them short, right? Would you keep them short and sweet? Or would you have them long and swinging and hanging? You know, look, I don't have a whole bunch of swinging and hanging right here on my bang. But which one would you do, right? Would you do the short locks and get them? I've seen you guys where they would get them cut into styles and just be really cute. I've seen like the bob, right? I've seen the bob. I've seen like the short on one side and the long on the other, you know. All right, so nice. We see some questions coming in. Keep the questions coming. And when we get to the Q&A, we'll go over all of them with you. I'm so excited about it. So 3 people voted long and swinging, right? They want to be swinging and hanging. As I call it, swinging and hanging. Yes, right? And 2 people voted for short. Wow. So I think if I were to get locks, first of all, I think if I were to get locks, I wouldn't do it in a younger age for me, only because I like more versatility. But I think I would probably keep it short. I think I would keep it short, maybe like in my 70s, you know, in my 70s, and just kind of have it either short, maybe short on one side, long on the other, or maybe just kind of like a bang, a bob or something, you know. Let me know what you would do. Princess says, I would definitely wear them long and pin them up. I've seen someone pin them up into makeshift bangs and bun up to, yes, oh my gosh. I've seen, like they would do these like petal type of things, and I've seen the curlies and stuff that you can do a lot of things with locks, and it's amazing, right? I love it. Miss Frida says short and classy. Oh, I like that. Short and classy. Yes, I love it. Miss Frida. Yes, girl. Let me see. Miss Tammy says I'm waiting for length so I can wear long and swinging. Yes, swinging and hanging. But you know what, Miss Tammy? You have to love your hair at the length that it is now. If I could go back to the first year that I went natural, which let me tell you a little bit about that, just very briefly. So when I first went natural, first of all, I shaved all of my hair off. I was just completely bald, right? So I shaved it off bald, right? I wore it short for about 4 months. I decided to keep it short. I, colored it blonde and I kept it blonde. If you have been following me, maybe you've seen that picture, right? So, I wore it short for a couple months and then I decided to grow it out. But here's the thing. I didn't feel comfortable with wearing my hair out short, so I always wore wigs. And then when it was long enough to get braided, which I hear that's what a lot of naturals do, when it's long enough to get braided, you get it braided up and then you just never really see your hair again, right? So that's kind of what I did. Thinking back on it, I wish I wouldn't have. I really wish I would have been able to really enjoy the different styles, even with your hair being short. Also, even though the way that you take care of your hair changes in the stages that you are in with your hair. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is actually something that I cover in our natural hair workshops in Clarksville, Tennessee. So I'm telling you a little bit more about that. We'll get to that in a little bit later. But there are different stages that your hair is in that you would treat your hair differently, right? So not only are you learning kind of like the basics of taking care of your hair and just really figuring out that first part, even though it will change. I'm not going to say you're going to take care of your hair the same way for the rest of your life, because it's not going to happen. I'm here to let you know it's not. Trust me on this. 20 years is a long time to see a lot of changes and to really figure out a lot of patterns, and I've learned, right? So even though it is going to change, it's like a building block, right? So you have this first block of foundation, and then you're just kind of building on that, and you're building on it as it gets longer and thicker, right? So love it, girl. Do your thing, wear it out. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, that girl's fine. Do that, right? Do it. I'm telling you, do it. And don't, like I said, don't let anybody make you feel some type of way about your hair, because somebody's always going to do that. And you don't have to let that, you don't have to really you don't have to let them make you feel some type of way. Don't let them do it. I like twist and can do twist and braids now. Yes, girl. So you can do different things. Enjoy your short, natural hair, because you're beautiful. You're beautiful, girl. Right. So we had some posts in the group from our group members. I love when our group members post about their natural hair journeys and different things that's going on. We had Miss Yamika. Miss Yamika Philpott posted a picture of the back of her hair with where would you cut it, right? So she posted where would you cut and the different lengths on the shirt. Do y'all remember seeing that? She posted that recently, actually, where it was the actual the hair, right? The hair was straightened, and then it would say different lengths. And we had some people to comment on that. So Miss Meach said that she would cut at 3 and 4. Miss Georgia said that she said between 4 and 5, and that's where it looks thin, right? Miss Yamika was like, yeah, I agree, right? If you guys missed this is still in the group. So after we're done with these, you can look on the group and kind of learn more about what I'm talking about. But if you've been in the group, you've seen this, so you can really relate. So Miss Phyllis says 5, right? And Miss Miosha said that, and I love this, you guys. I really love this. She is actually a stylist, right? I remember her as a stylist. She said that she would explain and show her where her dead ends are. Then I would trim to keep the length about a 7. Then point cut the right side, then bump all to hide the right side so the right side can catch up. Excuse me. Or cut at 4 if she wants it just completely even. So I can really relate with that answer, just because as a stylist, you really have to learn people's view of the length of their hair, right? You have to meet the client where they are. If somebody is not ready to cut all their hair off, even though it's extremely damaged and they may not even know that it's hurting them in the long run to keep that hair, that doesn't matter. The client does not matter. Well, the client matters. The client doesn't care, right? They don't really care that much unless they already have in their mind and already have that in them that it's just okay to cut it, right? So some people, even myself, I was not okay with cutting a lot of my hair off when I first started transitioning into healthier natural hair. Like I said, when I first went natural, I wore a lot of weaves and wigs, and then it was like that 2-year period where I was not taking care of my hair at all. So when I started to do that, I noticed that a lot of hair did need to come off because it was damaged. I had a problem area up here and everything. And I was just not comfortable with cutting all my hair off. So what I did, I would do what I call transition into healthier and stronger natural hair. This is also something that we cover in our natural hair workshops that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. So stay tuned, right? And they're free natural hair workshops. So it's really, really fun. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But you just kind of cut a little bit off little by little. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If you're cutting your hair little by little, if it needs to be cut little by little, maybe more frequently, if you are taking care of your hair the same way that got you in that predicament to have unhealthy and damaged hair, you're cutting your hair for no reason. You're just cutting it to be cutting it, right? So this is where I talk with the client to let them know that they're going to have to change some things and that cutting their hair is not the ultimate solution. So this is really, really huge, you guys. And again, as you guys are coming on, as you ladies are coming on, let me know if you have any questions down below about your natural hair, growing healthy natural hair, styling your natural hair at home, finding a stylist, all that good stuff, right? So go ahead and comment that. And when we get to the Q&A section, I'll go ahead and answer your questions. The real key is to stay until the end. That way, if I need to ask you any other follow-up questions to get more personal, give you a more personalized answer, we will be able to do that. Hello, Miss Irene. How you doing, girl? Just joining. Hey, girl, you right on time. You right on time, girl. You right on time. Thank you so much for showing up, right? I really appreciated Miss Miosha's response. Miss Miosha, if you're here, girl, reach out to me because we got to talk. We got to talk, right? Nice. All right. So Miss Arena said 5. So she chose the number 5 of what she would cut. And again, we're going over what we've been talking about in the group. That's why they're called Conversations Live. It's just an opportunity for us to connect live and also be able to, for me to answer any questions that you have about your natural hair. This is something that we do monthly on the second Saturday of every month. So I love to connect with you all. I actually own my own natural hair salon in Clarksville, Tennessee. So I know how important it is to educate all naturals, right? I know that I'm not able to style everybody's hair. And this year I have a goal to make sure that as many naturals as possible get to learn more about their own specific type of natural hair and can actually learn how to mold and personalize their regimen to have the healthiest natural hair and to be able to reach their dream natural hair goal or length or thickness or style look or whatever that is for you. So any questions that you have, go ahead and comment them down below and we'll answer them at the end for our Q&A section. So next we have lovely ladies commenting. I love this part. I love this part. So first of all, I would love for this show that we have going on for me to have like a backdrop and say some stuff, you know, like lovely ladies commenting. Ooh, right? Like that would be so nice, right? In the future, I would love that, right? So we had a lot of lovely ladies commenting and I picked key ones because that's just what I do, right? So Miss Frida, and I know Miss Frida is here because I just said her name. Yes, hey girl, Miss Frida, you're up, right? So Miss Frida posted a gorgeous picture of her curls on the My Mood Depends on How Good My Curls Look post. I love that because it's like, all right, if I don't feel like doing a lot of stuff with my hair, it's okay. And I love that because you're not letting somebody else's perception, this is a good one. You're not letting somebody else's perception screw up what's going on in your mind and how you feel about your natural hair, right? I'm always about self-love, especially with natural hair. So to be able to take a picture of your hair and be like, girl, but that was a cute picture. I love that. I loved your hair on that. And if you missed it, when we're done with the broadcast, if you didn't see that, please go back in the group and scroll and see that comment, right? Let's see. I got you. I'll be able to, go ahead and any questions that you have about your natural hair, styling, health-wise, finding a stylist and all that, go ahead and comment that down below. So Miss Chana, she mentioned that she's never rocked a fro, but she's looking forward to a huge curly fro when she leaves the Army. So she's in the Army right now. And who knows somebody in the military? Go ahead and comment down below. Yes or no? Who knows somebody in the military? And to be specific, do you know somebody who has natural hair in the Army or in the military, right? So Princess says yes, right? So there are a lot of naturals in the military and a lot of them struggle with their hair. And I totally get it, wanting to rock the fro. So she's like, as soon as she gets out of the Army, she's going to be rocking the huge curly fro. She put hashtag hair goes, hashtag huge fro. And that was on the Let It Fro post about just letting your hair go. It's really great to just let your hair go and just be like, this is me. Like it or leave it, because I'm not going nowhere, right? You really have to be like that a lot of the times because somebody's always going to have something to say. But what are you saying to yourself, right? What are you saying in your head? I really want you to take the time out to think about that, because if you're saying negative things to yourself in your head, your hair is going to show it. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why this is so serious about this mind thing. The things that you say in your mind is going to show in your hair, because if you feel like you're not able to improve the health of your hair and that you're not able to style your hair, you're just not going to be able to do it, right? If you feel like you should be able to do it, you're going to figure it out and you're going to get there, whether that's reaching out for help, whether that's finding a stylist, whether that's enrolling into an online course about natural hair, whether that's going into find natural hair workshops or natural hair retreats or whatever to be able to find that information. Because I'm going to tell you right now, YouTube University is not serving you as well as you think, just because it's just so much information. To get started, maybe it's kind of okay, but it's just too much information. And what I teach is personalizing it. So you're not doing all of the things. You're not trying all of the products. You're not spending all of the money on things that are not helping you, right? I want you to spend your money into a place that's going to serve you, that's going to help you with your hair. All right. So again, as you ladies have any questions about your hair, anything about I'm saying, go ahead and comment it down below. And we're going to be getting in the Q&A section here shortly. So go ahead and put them down below. So Miss Chana also posted a gorgeous picture of her hair on the 7 days away from Christmas throwback photo. So I really love this. It was just where we share pictures of our hair and natural hair styles and protective styles. She shared this really nice picture, and I think they were crochet, like maybe crochet locks. I've seen the locks with the curls on the ends. I think those are beautiful, right? So on the I'm a Queen Crowned in My Curls post, Miss Ecclesiastes, aka Miss Nisi, right? Miss Nisi and Miss Chana both added gorgeous selfies with angels. Chana's with my Chana's and her full and healthy hair after style, right? So Miss Chana, and let me say that again because I think I read a little bit weird. So Miss Chana, we have some before and after pictures of her hair. She's actually a client of mine. So she posted some selfies with that. So on the biggest focus post, right? So the thing that you have a focus on, especially for this year, the upcoming year, but now we're in the new year, right? So Miss Yamika posted that her main focus, and they would choose from growing it longer, right? Growing it out longer or improving the health of it. Miss Yamika said, health for me. Can't have the length without health. And girl, that is just so true. That is so true. But a lot of people want to have the length so they feel like they can sacrifice spending time solely on health, you know. Miss Chana says, I want both, but I need health. Like, girl, she know. Miss Dorinda said both, right? So a lot is both. And the best thing about it is, and this is, come in for this one. Come on. Come on in. Bring it on in. So, and don't mind my face, right? So the funny thing is, and it's really nice, if you focus on one of those, you'll get both. Guess which one it is. Guess. Go ahead. I'll wait. Yep, I'm waiting. Let me know. Let me know what you think. You could either choose to focus on length, or you could focus on health, right? So if you focus on one of them, you'll get both. And that is the wonderful thing. That's why I do what I do, right? So if you focus on health, right? There we go. 'Cause I was about to say, because nobody wants to say it. Miss Tammy says health. Yes, yes. So if you focus on the health of the hair, because let me try to paint a picture in your mind. If you, oh, this is nice because I just took my phone off. So let's pretend that this is your hair strand, and think of it as wherever you see a hole is where you've either damaged your hair, you got heat damage, your hair is brittle, it's falling out, it's shedding real bad. Think of that as these holes, right? So that hair is not healthy because it's not whole. It's not whole, right? So when you take care of your hair, do the right treatments that you're supposed to do for your specific type of hair, you get to fill in these gaps, right? So we're going to pretend that they're filled in, right? Pretend that they're filled in, even though my fingers are not there, right? So when you focus on filling in those gaps, that hair gets to stay around a lot longer, meaning longer. That's longer hair, you guys. All right. So that was a free tip at the beginning, but I got something for you. Ooh, the tip that I'm going to share at the end is what's going to help you to fill in those gaps. So make sure you watch until the end. All right. So on the healthy natural hair, I done clicked something. Okay. On the healthy natural hair and color post, Miss Yamika said, I've been too afraid to do it, which is the color. Like, who has color on their hair, or who's interested in color, or how do you feel about color, right? So Miss Yamika says she's just been too afraid to do it, but she's always wanted to do it for such a long time. Miss Crystal says, Miss Angel, I'm anxious. I can't wait until I get mine colored. So Miss Crystal is a client of mine. She comes into the salon, and she's been coming for a little bit over a year now, and the health of her hair has improved drastically. So when I started to do color, which is pretty recent because I had to find the right color line to promote health and growth of hair, right? To not just damage the hair and pull out the strength of the hair. We've been able to fill in those gaps. So her hair is a lot healthy. So we've decided that, especially since she's in the Army, right? So she's getting out of the Army. Oh my gosh, in a month. Girl, if Miss Crystal, if you're watching, girl, you're counting the days right now. You are literally counting the days. Congratulations, right? So you really have to make sure that your hair is healthy if you do something like that. But a lot of people kind of struggle with that a little bit of should I color it? Maybe I shouldn't. So length versus health. Miss Tammy says health. Miss Frida says health. Yes. Right. I'm glad you're back. Yeah, I'm glad you're back. That's okay. Miss Tammy says, I just colored black, right? So Miss Tammy, did you color it because you have gray hair, right? Are you covering up those girlfriends, right? Or is it just, you just prefer to have, like a solid darker color? Maybe your hair is like a sandy brown or something. I've heard of both. Miss Frida says, I have color and I love it. Like, color is very fun. It's very fun. But here's the thing. If your hair's health is declining, there's things that you can do to improve the health of it, to make sure that your hair's not falling out, on the floor. And what I'm going to share to you at the end of this is going to help you to make sure that you will be able to get color. So if you have a stylist that you go to get color, the professional licensed stylists that do your color, make sure that you're talking about the health of your hair as well, and how you can upkeep the color, but also upkeep the health of your hair, right? So Miss Irene says health. Yes. All right. Miss Tammy has gray hair. Yeah. So I've heard that before. And to be honest with you, somebody could cover up your gray and still damage your hair. So make sure that whether you're coloring it yourself at home or you're going to a licensed professional, that you're doing the things that you need to do to improve the health of your hair and to be able to keep that going and not just forget about it, right? Miss Frida says, I like the two-tone look on me. It's really nice. And I like that, to where you could kind of get the color almost all over and then let it grow out, right? I like the two-tone like that. I like the balayage because it grows out really nice, especially for natural hair. It's awesome, right? Miss Irene says, I dyed mine because I bleached it last year. I'm afraid of color. Right? So here's the thing. You have to be so careful with color because it will take your hair out. So what color does, on a color out. All right, there we go. So let's say that you have 10 layers in your hair strand, and this is no way what actually is going on, but I wanted to explain it a way that will help you, right? So imagine that you have 10 layers in your hair strand of health, right? So imagine that. So each time that your hair is colored a lighter shade, or I'll say each shade that you get lighter, the more health that you're pulling away from your strand, right? So if your hair is blonde or a light blonde, you have a lot of the strength and a lot of the health taken out of your hair. If your hair is red and brown, you have less strength and health taken out, but you still have those layers taken out of your hair, and that kind of helps. Miss Frida says, my professional stylist is about healthy hair. Yes, she's not going to do anything that will damage my hair. That's what you need. That's what you need. If your stylist isn't talking about healthy hair, you need to find one that is, right? So that's great, Miss Frida, because it matters. Healthy hair really does matter, right? So learn how steam treatments are the GOAT, right? So this is a part of my recommendation that I have for you today. So any questions that you have about your natural hair, go ahead and comment them down below. We're about to wrap up. Miss Miyosha, hey girl, I just was talking about you. I was just talking about you. Hey girl, how you doing? Right? So learning how steam treatments are the GOAT. So discovering my new recommendation for steam treatments, I'm going to be sharing that a little bit later. But the biggest thing is, what I've learned, over the past 3 years, a little bit over 3 years, when I first opened up my natural hair salon in Clarksville, Tennessee, I started doing something called healthy hair packages. Now, these healthy hair packages that I used to do are different than what it used to be, but the main ingredient in them were steam treatments, right? So over the years, I've increased how many steam treatments the people in these healthy hair packages, also known as currently our experience package or experience, right, of Angel's Healthy Spa. So they've been getting more and more steam treatments. I found with the ladies who have been in our experience package or what used to be known as the healthy hair package, they've actually been able to get extremely fast results. And I noticed that year after year, when I kept adding on the minimum amount of steam treatments for them to get, their hair's health improved very, very fast, and the length of their hair grew longer a lot quicker than the people who weren't getting the steam treatments as often. So I'm going to tell you about my steam recommendation very shortly. All right. So who loves them some natural hair events? So we talked about some natural hair events a little bit earlier. And I just want you to be able to find the blueprint for growing longer and natural hair for free. Who likes for the free, right? For the free. So registration is actually closing soon. We're going to be doing a lot of natural hair workshops this year. Last year we did 5 free natural hair workshops, and then we did 1 paid hands-on workshop. So we're turning those 5 workshops into 10, right? So there are 5 phases into growing healthier and stronger natural hair. That is so simple. So I say simple because, one, I created it, and this is what I take my clients on, they just kind of keep going on there, and their hair is growing and flourishing, right? Their hair is thriving, right? So during the workshops, I teach you about these 5 phases. And the first phase is to push the reset button on moisture by hydrating your hair the right way. So the reason why this is the first, right? Everybody loves free, right? Oh, yes. Right. Me for free. I'm ready for next week's session. Yes, girl, you registered. Oh, yeah. Let me know if you registered, who registered and who didn't register, or who just didn't even know about the natural hair workshops in Clarksville, Tennessee. Like, we are doing this thing, right? So the reason I do the first phase, which is to hydrate their hair, because we need to reset the moisture in our hair, is because a lot of naturals get hydrating the hair and moisturizing the hair all mixed up. They think that it's the same thing, and it's not the same thing. So at that free workshop, for that first one, we go very in depth of what needs to be done and how to do it the right way. Because a lot of times, maybe a lot of stylists don't have a lot of time to educate you thoroughly on a situation, just because, they have clients and they're doing that. Their number one thing is not to do a whole bunch of talking about your hair. Their thing may be just to do your hair, right? So to be able to go out to a licensed professional with over 20 years of experience with only working with natural hair, like I don't do relaxers, I stick to what I know, right? I don't do the chemicals. I don't do a lot of weaves. That's not what I do, right? I deal with natural hair. So to be able to go to somebody with that type of experience is very, very crucial in your journey. So make sure that you register for the training, for the workshops that we have coming up. Today is actually the last day to register. So if you're not registered by today for the workshop, then when we do a workshop next week, you'll miss it, right? But then you'll be able to come back for next month's workshop. And somebody, I would really appreciate if you put the link down in the bottom for me. It's dreamnaturalhair.com/workshop. No S at the end. And that's where you go to register, right? So it's going to ask for your name, your number, and your email address. You type that in and ask you if you want to register a friend, if you want to bring somebody with you to the natural hair workshop. Do not enter your information in twice, because that does not reserve 2 seats. Make sure that you reach out to your friend to say, hey, do you want to go to this? Let me put your information here so their seat can actually get reserved. And if you're watching this and you did put your information in twice, hurry up go to that website. Actually, I would actually recommend to get off of this, and then you can watch it later to finish it really quickly. So you can, just in case you got a question in here, we can go over that in the Q&A section that's coming up real soon. But they don't have a seat registered, and there is limited seating because we do the workshops in my natural hair salon called Angel's Healthy Spa, right? So make sure that your friend is registered correctly. And that's where you go to dreamnaturalhair.com/workshop. I'm sorry, it kicked me out again. Right, yeah, dreamnaturalhair.com, right? Just think dreamnaturalhair.com/workshop, right? So that's where you go to register. And when I finish off of the broadcast, I'll go ahead and put it down below there for you. If somebody else can do that for me, that'll be great. Miss Frida is registered. Miss Miosha says, I try my best to educate. You have to, you got to. That's great. Any questions that you have, ladies, about your natural hair, go ahead and comment them down below. We're about to get wrapped up and we're going to go over the Q&A section, right? So during these workshops, we have a lot of giveaways for some natural hair products. Who does not like giveaways? Or who doesn't like going to free natural hair workshops and winning a giveaway? Who doesn't like that, right? We give away free steam treatments. So we just talked about those about steam treatments, of how crucial they are for the hair, how beneficial they can be for your hair. They are great. So we give away a lot of free steam treatments at these natural hair workshops, just because I know how much of an impact that can make on your hair without me even doing it. I don't even have to do your hair. I don't have to treat your hair besides these steam treatments, and you would get crazy results. Thank you so much, Miss Frida, for posting that link down below, dreamnaturalhair.com/workshop. Perfect. So Miss Irene, you'll be able to click on that link a little bit after we get done with the broadcast. And then, because I did see you put a question, I think I saw a question on here. If you didn't, go ahead and register. But if you have a question on here, yeah, you can just wait until after the broadcast. We're about to get wrapped up. So make sure that you register for the workshop, and we are doing 10 this year. So you'll get more chances to come to the workshops, right? So would you like to get away and just be able to relate with other naturals with their natural hair and learn more about styling your natural hair yourself, right? So I mentioned earlier that last year we did one paid natural hair workshop called Creating Your Dream Natural Hair. So at these hands-on workshops, we go over the quickest way to grow your natural hair very, very fast, right? So this is a technique that I walk you through during this hands-on workshop that's going to fast track like 5 times the growth of your natural hair, just because you're doing these things that you would normally do on a regular basis. And when you do these things on a regular basis, you're hurting your hair. You may not even know it, right? So I walk you through to make sure that you're doing that correctly, as well as go over either you would choose to do a twist out or a flat twist style. I'll go over all of the different ways of how you should do them for you personally. So it's not one of those, oh, I don't know, I saw somebody else do it and I didn't like the way it was, or I saw so-and-so do it and I don't want mine to look like that. Don't worry about that. We actually personalize everything for you. We have the products. We have a plethora of choices of products, okay? We have the tools that you need. We have everything, the combs, the clips, the products. We have everything, right? We have the capes, the towels, the everything, right? So these hands-on workshops that you pay for, we're actually turning them into a retreat this year, and we're having 3 of them. I am so excited about these retreats that are coming up because it really allows me to be in front with you while you're doing your hair, and for me to say, you know what, you're actually hurting your hair when you're doing this, or maybe it's something that when you're doing your hair yourself, you kind of struggle at this point all the time, or you've never been able to have a nice twist out and you don't know why. You just think it's not for you, right? These are the type of naturals that need to come to these natural hair retreats, right? It's a great investment that I'm going to be in front of you, making sure that you're doing it right. And what I actually do is take you through my step-by-step system. And I've been doing these workshops for 3 years now. So I've really been able to figure out the best way to explain something to somebody, to be able to walk them through it step by step. So it's a really great opportunity to be able to do. So I'm really looking forward to turning those natural hair workshops into actual retreats where I could go over all of that, but then take you out of your element and take you to a really nice and wonderful place with great scenery, and you can just kind of breathe and just kind of enjoy, get away from the family, get away from your husbands and whoever, wives, kids, all that, right? You get to get away and you really get to bond with other naturals. So I'm really excited about this. All right. So any questions that you have, go ahead and comment them down below. We're about to get into the Q&A section here in probably about 2 or 3 minutes now. Okay. So did you miss the opportunity to improve the health of your hair in just 5 days? So last month we did a healthy hair boost challenge that lasted for 5 days. And I did this challenge because sometimes when you pay attention to certain things with your hair in a short period of time and you start to change the things that you're doing that's hurting your hair, the health of your hair starts to improve drastically because you're doing the right things to your hair, right? So if you don't know that something that you're doing is hurting you, you'll do it all the time. You'll do it all the time with no worry, and you'll actually think that you're helping your hair, but in reality you're not, right? So the natural hair retreats, we go deeper into all the things that you're doing that's hurting your hair. We actually cover it a little bit in the free natural hair workshops as well. So you get a lot of great information in these free natural hair workshops that we have going on, right? So that challenge, we did that live, right? You would go to the website, you would get the information step by step. It's pretty much a 5-day training series that you get a video, you get the information, you get the step by step, you get action steps, you get extra training videos to let you know even more information. It's a lot of great information. And usually I would charge like $300 for this 5-day training, but it's free when you sign up as the challenge, right? So right now we're not doing the challenge. So if you want to get into the healthy hair boost challenge, you would have to pay for it, right? You would have to pay about $300 for it, or you can just wait until the next time that we do it free. So yeah, you would have to kind of wait until you get deep into to improving the health of your hair in only 5 days. Yeah. But if you want to, you could just purchase the 5-day training and get additional information as we update it. So if you're interested in it, just let me know down below and I'll give you the link to it. If not, you could just wait until the next time that we do it. We usually we usually do it at the end of the year. So right now I don't plan on doing it until the end of the year. So you just have to wait. But like I said, just let me know if you're interested in it, and I'll just give you the link to get you set up for to purchase the 5-day training with all the bonuses in it. So the steam the steam treatments. So actually, let me twist a couple things around. So we got 3 more things to talk about very quickly, and then we'll get 2 more things to talk about because Q&A is the last. So my recommendations for steam treatments. Let's talk about that a little bit. First of all, let me know if you've received a steam treatment or not. Let's see. Hold on. I think I saw something. Can I bring my son in for a consultation? His natural length is healthy and longer than mine. Yeah. So my starting age for clients is 16 years. So if he's 16 years and above, definitely we can bring him in. We would just take him through that consultation process. Filling out the natural hair assessment. That way I could just, first of all, learn if I can assist him in what he has going on, and then we would be able to go from there, right? Because you already know I'm not the type of stylist. I don't do everybody's hair. I only do the people that I can actually help. That way I can keep my 5-star reviews, right? Everybody, well, if you haven't seen my reviews, I have great reviews because I only work with people that I can actually help, and I help them in a very big way. So yeah, we will be able to do that if he's 16 years of age. Go ahead. Any questions that you guys have, go ahead and put them down below. So Miss Irene says, okay, I'm registered. Nice. I registered a seat for my daughter, but my other daughter wants to come as well. How do I reserve a seat for her? So that's okay, Miss Irene. You can just go back onto the site, like exit out of the site, go back in there and put her information in, right? So put her name, number, and email address, and then she would be registered for the workshop. Miss Tammy hasn't received a workshop. Girl, I mean, not a workshop, hasn't received a steam treatment. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, it's something wonderful, right? Miss Irene has never had one. Miss Frida, yes, I've had one steam treatment. You got to come back for more. My son is 21 years old. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we'll have him. You can go to Dream Natural Hair. Everything for me is dreamnaturalhair.com first. And then /schedule consultation. That'll prompt you to put in his name, his number, and his email address the same way. And then it will take you immediately to fill out the natural hair assessment. That way from there, if we are able to move forward, we'll go ahead and move forward from there. All right, so go ahead and post your questions down below. We're about to get into the Q&A section. Oh, never mind. My other daughter is only 13. My whole house is natural. That's great. The perfect thing is the natural hair workshops that I have, you can register. Your children for these workshops to come in and still be able to learn a lot of great information to help them with their natural hair. So my recommendations for steam treatments last year was once a month, to come in at least once a month to get a steam treatment. And that has actually shifted for me a lot, right? Just because the more that I've been able to do steam treatments with naturals, the faster that they've been getting results. So 2 things. The first recommendation is if you're not coming in with an experience package that Angel's Healthy Spa has, I would recommend to come in at least once a month. I mean, not once a month, once a week to get a 15-minute treatment. If you feel like your hair is extremely damaged, go ahead and get the 30-minute treatment because your hair needs it. Let's just be honest. Your hair needs that, and you need to be able to balance out what's been going on, right? So I would recommend weekly, at least 15-minute steam treatments. If you feel like your hair is shedding and it's brittle and dry and all that stuff, then bump it up to 30 minutes. So my son can get a consultation as well. Yeah, if your son is, I don't know if you put the age of your son. Let me see. If my starting age is 16. So if he's 16, we can go through the consultation process. dreamnaturalhair.com /schedule consultation. And if we're a good fit, if I'm able to help with, this natural hair assessment, it's going to take you about 10, maybe even 15 minutes to fill out. And it really lets me know what's going on with his hair, what type of hair that he has. I really learned to be able to pull a lot of information from somebody with those assessments. So we're able to determine if we can help him just from that. So you would be able to do that if he's of age. So what I plan to do this year is actually do growth challenges. And during these growth challenges, we're going to be upping the amount of steams that you do to 2 times a week, but only for 1 month period, right? So I'm not really sure when I'm going to get started with those or how often that I do them, but I do know that I'm super excited about them because we're going to be taking before and after pictures and posting them and all of that to just really be able to show how much you could actually retain the length and grow your hair in just 1 month of steam treatments. So I'm going to go over some questions. So go ahead and put any questions that you have. I'm going to start all the way at the top, and we have a couple minutes. So go ahead and put any questions that you have, and we're going to go into the Q&A section. All right, so let's see. So Miss Tammy's been natural for 1 year. Miss Frida has been natural for 3 years and a member since last November. Yes, I'm so glad to have you with us, right? Miss Frida says, how often should steam treatments be done? Is 30 minutes better than 15? So I do believe that I already answered that question. I'll change it a little bit because you put it before I even answered it, right? So you didn't even know I was going to answer it. So if you feel the way that you can choose from 15 minutes to 30 minutes is if you feel like your hair is, I'll say this, 2 different things. How fast do you want the health of your hair to improve? How fast do you want results with your hair? If you're looking for very, very fast, I would recommend 30-minute steam treatments weekly, right? The other thing is if you feel that your hair is extremely damaged and you just need a completely turnaround, go ahead and do the 30-minute treatments weekly. So it also depends on the type of styles that you do with your hair also and how often that you would do them, as well as the length. But the main thing that I want you to know is it depends on how fast results that you want, as well as what is the health of your hair. So if your hair is unhealthy, more steam treatments, longer time. If it's you're just kind of maintaining the health, then 15-minute treatments will do weekly or bi-weekly. It really just depends on the health of your hair, right? So anywhere from like a 6 to 10, as far as 10 being the healthiest, then maybe you could do a 15-minute treatment either weekly or bi-weekly. Anything lower than that, you need to be weekly, and I would even say 30 minutes. Miss Tammy, what is a steam treatment and when should I have one? You should have one right now. You need to schedule one right now. You need to schedule one right now, Miss Tammy. We're in Clarksville, Tennessee. I know some other salons offer steam treatments as an option. We do something called on-the-go steam treatment where you come in, as long as you don't have any extra hair added, meaning any hair that is not yours. Like if, this is all my hair, so I would be able to do the treatment. You can have a fro, you can have individual twists, you can have cornrows, you can have braids. As long as no extra hair is added, you can get the treatment. A steam treatment is a level upwards of what we would call a deep conditioning treatment. So normally when you get a deep conditioning treatment, you put the deep conditioning treatment on your hair, you have a plastic cap on your head, you go under the hooded dryer, your cuticle opens up. The product is getting into your hair to, really treat your hair, right? So that's a traditional deep conditioning treatment, right? So steam treatments, with the steam treatments, yes, you're still putting the product on the hair, but steam is getting into your hair strand when that cuticle opens up. So not only is that product treating your hair, water is getting into your hair strand. And with naturals, we deal with a lot of dry hair. So water is great for us and is so much needed, right? So that's what a steam treatment is. So we got deep conditioning treatments, steam treatments, and then mist treatments. I can't even go up that high, but they are fantastic. So that's an upgrade that you can do if you come to Angel's Healthy Spa, only if it's available. So that's actually something that's exclusive to our experienced members. just because it offers light therapy for naturals who want thicker hair, faster, longer hair, all of that, or maybe they have scalp issues. The light therapy takes care of those. So it's exclusive for our experienced members, but if the machine is available, if the aquatic mister is available, you will be able to upgrade from that. Miss Frida says, what are the best easy natural hairstyles for someone who is just learning to do styles themselves? I would say definitely individual twist is something it's a pretty good easy hairstyle, only because you're just carving out some hair and twisting it, right? Of course, the step-by-steps into it are crucial, because there are some things that you could do while you're doing that could hurt your hair. And just for that, I would just recommend to come out to and get into one of our natural hair retreats, where I walk you through actually doing your twist out and detangling your hair and all of that. By the way, these the retreats that we have coming up, they're 2 days. So it's a Friday night, right? Like 5 to 7, and then we're spending the night at a luxurious resort or on spot location somewhere, and then Saturday we're going to be continuing that, right? Miss Tammy, let me see. I have not had heat on my hair in about a year. If I blow dry or flat iron, will it damage curl definition that I have? That's a very good question. So if you flat iron your hair one time with extreme heat, you're doing it incorrectly. You're not using the right hair products. You're just not doing the things all correctly. You can get heat damage. You can. Will you get heat damage? Maybe you won't, right? Maybe you will. It really depends on if you're doing it correctly. If you're able to, make sure your hair is sectioned, you are using a flat ironing tool that has a temperature gauge. This is really key, especially that temperature gauge, just because I've seen some flat irons that don't have one and you don't even know how high the heat is, right? So you got to kind of find your wiggle room. If you have a stylist that does your hair, or have done it before, well, no, because I remember you say you're pretty newly natural, right? But find a stylist that knows about heat, because I've had a client to use heat all the time and she still has curls, right? I also have a client that does heat all the time and she does not have that many curls, right? It depends on if the client wants to keep their curls, whether or not of what I would do. But just because you flat iron your hair or blow dry it doesn't mean that you will get heat damage. Is there a possibility for it? Yes. Miss Frida says, how do you keep from getting sick in the winter months with a wash and go? So Miss Frida, so this is my thing. So I talk about things that I know. Like, I am somebody who talk about natural hair all day long, but I only talk about the things that I really know, just because you can get, if I don't know the answer, you can get that information somewhere else. I'm only going to tell you what I know. I am not an expert in wash and goes. What I could say is to make sure that your hair is dry before you leave, right? So maybe don't do your wash and go in the morning, do it in the afternoon, and get under a hooded dryer and for it to dry properly first, and then be able to maintain that each night. And then in the mornings, it would be dry and ready for you to do whatever. But I will say, Miss Frida, I am not an I don't do a lot of wash and goes. I haven't done a wash and go on a client that has long hair in a long time, because that's not my expertise. My main expertise is helping naturals improve the health of their hair very, very fast. I do styles, but wash and goes are not something that my clients usually get a lot of time. So I hope that really helps you. Just know that I'm never going to give you a recommendation that I just absolutely don't know. I'll tell you what I do know. But if I just don't know the answer, I just don't know the answer. I'm not going to steer you wrong. But let me know if that helps. I hope it does. Let's see. We got about 3 minutes, so I'm gonna go over the questions that we have, and I think that may be the only time that we have until next month, right? Or if you decide to come to the workshop, you would be able to ask some questions then too. Let's see. Miss Irene says, how do I find out what type of hair I have and how to take care of it? That's a very good question. So the first thing that I want you to know is that, well, and I'm gonna say it like this, because usually when I hear naturals say hair type, they mean curl pattern. Let me know if that's what you're talking about, or are you talking about just in general hair type, right? So if you're talking about curl pattern, if you would like to know what curl pattern that you are, it actually is not that much important as you may think it is, as far as just in general. When it comes to curl patterns, that's more about styling your hair, like maybe a wash and go. It'll also say how certain styles will look, right? I actually have a curl pattern training that if you're in, if you've messaged me on Messenger or at any point, every Saturday I send a section of my curl pattern training that is very, very helpful. So I'm not going to just go super in depth into that, just because there's a lot, there's a lot, there is an entire training that I do about curl patterns on that. That helps you with that. As far as how to take care of your hair, depending on the type, it depends. I would say, find out and get more in tune with what the health of your hair is, because that will let you know how to take care of your hair, as far as what treatments to do and how often to do them, how to trim your ends, how often to trim your ends, things like that. Let me see the actual type. Yeah. So yeah, 4C, 4B, or so on. Got you. So, yeah. So as far as specific wise of curl pattern, it's funny thing. It's not that important. A lot of people are really harping on, oh, what's my hair type and what's my curl pattern and all of that. Am I 3B? Am I 3C? Am I 4G? Or I've heard all of some things, but what you could do is you could wet your hair and kind of see how it curls. Message me on Messenger and just put like hey or something, and then every Saturday I send you a message, excuse me, that will send you to a video about your curl pattern to learn my 2-step to finding your curl pattern, right? So I walk you through that, and I tell you all of the different things of why it's not super important, but what it has to do with you taking care of your hair at home. Let me know if that helps, and I know that video would also help you. Let's see. Would you be able to refer me to someone in Clarksville area to assist with my personal styles? I am a fast learner, but bad issues with my wrist at this time. I totally understand. You know, with me been doing natural hair for 20 years, I really understand of, you know, how much stress it puts on your wrists and your fingers and your arms, your shoulders, your back, right? Your neck, all of that. So what I would do, so right now I'm actually at the point where I am looking to train stylists on how to take care of natural hair properly. So, instead of me just saying somebody's name, I would just have to wait until I get into that mode to have my trainings to style people, and then be able to refer people from there to let them know that, you know, like they've gone through my trainings. That way I know that they at least have the knowledge. They've had some practical help from me personally. So currently right now I can't recommend anybody, but just stick with me, and when I get into creating my program and having stylists to go through them so I know that they're doing it correctly, I'll definitely be able to help you with fitting you with a stylist that is not only licensed, but trained specifically for improving the health of natural hair, right? So let's see. I have learned from our consultation. Miss Frida says, I've learned from our consultation and what things I should be doing for my hair. I know, sorry about that. I know that military people with nice hair. Yeah, no, these military people, their struggle is really, really real. You just have to, the time that they have, it's hurtful sometimes of what they're not able to do. But the biggest thing is, for them to find the right stylist and somebody who really cares about their hair. All right, let me see. Okay, I read that one. How do I retain moisture in my hair? I take vitamins because I have cancer and it breaks out a lot, right? So here's the thing. So I believe that you said that you're registered for the workshop. Come to the workshop because we go very in depth of that. All right, so I want to see you at that workshop that we have coming up. It's next Saturday. Also, what are some good moisture tricks for me? Come to that workshop, girl. I'm telling you, it's great because we're wrapping up here in like 2 minutes. Actually, we're wrapping up. I may answer 2 more questions, and then we're going to go ahead into we're going to be wrapping up here, and then hopefully I can meet you all at the Natural Hair Workshop to answer any other questions that I wasn't able to go over right now. So let's see. Miss Frida says, can I do mist treatment next time I come after this week? So this is how it works, Miss Frida. So because our mist treatments, our hydrating mist treatments are exclusively for our experienced members, this is how it would work if you're looking to do that mist treatment for the next time after your current treatment that you have scheduled for, I believe, Tuesday, right? So if you come in and you say, you know what, I want to upgrade to the mist treatment. Let me do the mister. Let me upgrade me, right? You want to get upgraded, right? So if the mister is available and there are no experienced members coming in to do that treatment, by all means, we're going to get you upgraded, girl. But if somebody from the experience, if one of our experienced members are in there, we'll just be able to do your steam treatment, which is still great, right? But I mean, now don't get me wrong, that mist treatment is it's on another level from the steam treatments. But if it's available, we would definitely be able to do that. We would get you scheduled for the steam treatment, and then if you come in and if it's available, we would definitely do that. All right, one more question. Miss Irene says, how often should I wash? I usually wash twice a month or once a month. What's a good shampoo? Where are you located? All right, so we're turning one question into a couple. That's all right. So I'll start this way. We're located in Clarksville, Tennessee at Angel's Healthy Spa. So this is a luxury natural hair salon that we have, and we specifically focus on improving the health of our clients' hair very, very fast. So when you come into our salon and you experience what we have to go on, this is something that you have not experienced before. So the prices that you are going to invest in your hair are not going to be like anything that you have invested before. And anybody can speak to that. And the results that you get in turn from investing like you've never invested before are exponential. They are great, and it happens so fast, girl. And it's only because I know the things that naturals do that hurt their hair, and a lot of them don't know. So when you it's like turn away from doing all the things that you think are working into only doing the things that help you with your hair. So what's a good shampoo? This depends on your the health of your hair as well as the condition of your scalp. So if you have dry, itchy, flaky scalp, you want to make sure that you get a shampoo specifically for that, for your scalp, as well as a shampoo to help your hair, because usual shampoos that help the scalp dry out the hair. So you want to make sure that you know that those are two different things to take care of. Your scalp and your hair are two different things, right? If you don't have any scalp issues, then you can get a moisturizing shampoo that's great. I like almond and avocado shampoo from Design Essentials. I love their shampoo. For scalp issues, I love their peppermint and aloe shampoo. And then the last question, we're wrapping up. How often should I wash? So shampooing hair also depends on your scalp, right? So if you have a lot of dry, itchy, flaky, you want to do it just a little bit more frequently just to clean that scalp because it needs to be cleansed, right? And if you don't have any scalp issues, it also depends on the type of style that you have. So maybe and as well as the health of your hair, of how often that you need to get any type of treatments done, right? So maybe if your hair is really damaged, you maybe need to shampoo your hair and deep condition maybe every other week, right? Or if you have a style in that maybe you wear for maybe 2, 3, or 4 weeks, you can just make sure that you shampoo and deep condition your hair at least once a month. And then what you could do is, while you have these styles in your hair, that as long as they don't have any hair added, you can come in to get steam treatments and it's still hydrating your hair. And it's like a quick 15 or 30 minutes and then you're on and out the door, right? So let me know if that answers your question. But the biggest thing is, it really just depends on a lot of the specifics. And what I teach is you learning more about your specific type of hair, as well as the condition of it, the length, or what your hair goals are, if you have scalp issues. The biggest thing is learning where you are now and where you want to be and mapping out a plan to get there. That's going to help you get there the fastest. And that's what we do, right? So, yeah, I hope that helps. So thank you so much for coming and connecting with me at these conversations live. So this is something that we do every second Saturday of the month. So the next time that we do this is going to be in February, the second Saturday. I look forward to seeing you then, and I hope that you're registered for our next natural hair workshop. Today is the last day. As soon as I look onto the registration list and see that we've hit our number, you're not going to be able to register. All right. So thank you so much for coming out, and I hope that you enjoyed our show today. I'll see you next time, and just make sure that you are staying in the group. You're posting in the group, telling me about your hair, and not just me, telling all the group members about your hair, about your journey, about your hair goals, showing us what styles and stuff you love, and just being a part of this community to be able to help other naturals stay natural and learn to love their hair and to know that you are beautiful and your dream natural hair is a reality. All right. So thank you so much. My name is Angel Barnett. I'm a natural hair specialist with over 20 years of experience. I only do natural hair, right? So I help naturals improve the health of their hair very, very fast. If you would like some personalized help, I would love to help you. If you're ready to invest into your natural hair and having a time to actually transform your hair and how you feel about it, go ahead and learn more about our experience of Angel's Healthy Spa, the package that we have. It's a 6-month package that takes you from where you are now to getting you on your healthy natural hair journey. Because it's not just a natural hair journey, it's a healthy natural hair journey. And I would love to take you along my step-by-step process. If you're ready to invest in your hair, you can go to dreamnaturalhair.com/schedule consultation. And I'm going to go ahead and put that at the bottom in the comments down below so you can see it if you're ready to go ahead. And if not, I will see you next time. Bye.